Live from the Jersey Shore to the world. Get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Take the show wherever you go. Download the free Radio Pup app for your smartphone or tablet. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin, 7:08. Tuesday, May 17th, 54 degrees, getting a 64, 50% chance of rain in the forecast today. Ooh, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310 News Talk Radio, streaming live on the Radio Pup app and WOBMAM.com, 732-505-1160. And we are joined now by Kelly Josberger. She is the principal at Beachwood Elementary School. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning, Jeremy.
Yep, I like how awkward it is saying good morning to someone who's been sitting in front of me for the last 20 minutes, but whatever. So, Kelly, why don't you tell us a little bit about Beachwood Elementary School? What do you guys do there every day?
Okay, well, thanks for having me on the show. Beachwood Elementary is a pretty large elementary school, part of the Toms River Regional Schools. We have 560 students from kindergarten to fifth grade. Beachwood is unique because it's right in the hub of the community, so we have a lot of events at school, a lot of turnout from our families, and it's a wonderful place to go to work each day.
Cool. Well, you have to say that, though. You're like the principal. What are you going to say? You're going to say, it's what a miserable environment. I hate it here. I wish, but then you're like, wait, I'm the principal. You pretty much do that, right?
You put a smile on.
Yeah, it's cool working with little kids, though, right? I mean, that's the time when you can really make an impact.
Absolutely. And if I'm having a bad day, all you need to do is go down to kindergarten and see how cute they are and what they're learning and, their innocence. It's amazing.
Cool. So how long have you been the principal at Beachwood Elementary?
I've been the principal there for 2 years, and prior to that, the supervisor of instruction for 6 years.
Okay. But did I hear that correctly? Because, I'm a half listener. I'm a really bad multitasker. Did I hear you say 27 years in education?
Yes.
Wow. So you started as a teacher?
I was a teacher at Walnut Street School for 19 years. I taught 4th grade, 6th grade, and the Gifted and Talented program.
Okay. 19 years.
Yes.
Wow. And so do you remember, like I'm saying it was back in 1904 when you first made the decision. What was it that kind of gave you the impetus to go into teaching? Do you remember was there an event? Was there an aha moment? Was there something that kind of happened that said, gosh, I really want to teach for the rest of my life and I want to be involved with kids?
Well, my dad was a realtor in Toms River, and he was one of the only ones around and really wanted me to go into business. And I left for college, not really choosing what I was going to do. But shortly after taking some courses, I realized, I really always wanted to be a teacher. I played school down in the basement with my friends and taught the stuffed animals and things like that. And I'm really happy with my choice. I know I could have had a good career in real estate, but not as fulfilling maybe as working with children. Real
estate. Okay, so why is that? Why is that like why is that the second choice? Because that was like the legacy.
That was the family. Yeah,
that was
family
the way
business,
to go.
Right.
So were they was there disappointment when you were like, listen, I'm teaching, or support?
No, I think my parents were very supportive once they came to see some of my shows at school and things like that.
Right.
I mean, my parents are still very proud. It doesn't matter how old you are. They still get those proud moments.
Right. And they realized early on how smart the stuffed animals were getting down in the basement, right?
That's right.
They were really picking up things at a rapid rate.
Yes.
I mean, that was the gifted and talented.
Math.
Yeah. That was the real gifted and talented stuffed animals down there. So, Kelly, I know you're here also to talk a little bit about the grant that you guys just received because the Jay and Linda Grunin Foundation gave out 19 grants to one to each of the schools in the Toms River schools to do some kind of out-of-the-box, to put together an out-of-the-box kind of classroom environment, right? And so there were some really interesting ideas and some really interesting things that came to fruition. And so what is it that you guys did in Beachwood?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for the very generous donation. Our idea maybe doesn't sound as out of the box when you're talking about a vegetable garden, but we had already had a plan in the works. I had a parent come to me last summer who has 2 children. She has 2 children at Beachwood now and one on the way, and said, I'm going to be here for a long time. I really believe that children should be exposed to good food. And, she was very passionate about growing vegetables and getting kids to eat vegetables. And her own children eat handfuls of spinach at lunch. And it's, amazes me each day.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
when you say
true.
handfuls of spinach, like
Correct.
Okay, so my first image is like cooked spinach.
No, raw.
And that's disgusting because I'm like, that's like it's kind of droopy and but you're talking about like spinach, like you open up like from the produce section,
right?
Like
the
spinach
organic,
salad,
yeah, baby
and
spinach.
they just eat it, no dressing, no nothing. Huh?
They eat it like potato chips. Yeah. I think that's like a non-negotiable in our house, but
really,
yeah, and it's kind of inspiring to see, that how that spreads to the other kids at the table, and some kids might think it's totally gross.
There's
but
other
others,
kids at the table when they do that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
And if you point it out as the principal and say, "Wow, that looks so delicious," then all of a sudden kids are like, "I have some fruit, and I have carrot sticks." So we've been trying for quite some time to, amp up the nutrition and talk about fitness, and we've done kid fit events in the past and family fit night. So this was the next step to do the garden, and we have a very large garden. It's almost 5,000 square feet.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. And every child in the school is growing something that's going to go to the garden, all kinds of vegetables. I see you smiling.
Yeah, my mind wandered.
Eggplant, zucchini, carrots.
Gotcha. Back on point. Great job. Go.
So we took the grant money and we're using it to make some paver pathway. We have some engraved pavers from businesses in the area and families, and a shed, all the tools that we need, because we were kind of working with recycled and beg, borrowing, and stealing from different places to get our garden going. So we're really grateful for that, and we're also using some of the money in the classrooms to do some cool things like vermicomposting, which is composting with worms and feeding the worms so that they produce really good organic compost for our garden. And we have some kits of aquaponics, which is feeding the fish, and the fish feed the plants, and the plants keep the water clean.
Wow.
So there's some more innovative things happening in the classroom that kind of tie everything together.
So you have there's a lot of components going on here, right? So first of all, and I recall reading that I think it was Beachwood was named like one of the healthiest towns in New Jersey.
Really?
Yes.
That's all about Beachwood Elementary School.
It's interesting though, because they talked about the fact that there was, for example, that there were programs with like yoga on the beach, and there were a lot of that the police department was very involved in driving healthy activities throughout town. There were a lot of gyms that were doing things outdoors and taking advantage of the natural environment. And it sounds like what you're doing kind of fits hand in hand with that, with a move towards healthy eating. So there's a whole healthy eating component. But there's also a component there around. There's actually a STEM component in learning, some of the science and the technology behind growing these gardens in a different way.
Right.
So there's like a lot of things being tied together there.
Yeah, we've had a lot of support from Mayor Roma. He has a wellness campaign, so they've donated to. You mentioned yoga on the beach. We had the yoga instructor come and do yoga with our families and during the day with the kids. So, yeah, it is all tying together nicely.
Cool. So I want to stay on the healthy lunch topic, though, because this is a pet peeve of mine. So when we come back, can we talk more about that?
You bet.
Cool. Kelly Josberger, principal, Beachwood Elementary School. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, back after this.
Stay tuned for Preferred Company with Joel Markell and Marianne Levy at 8. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin continues next. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Now, back to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310 and WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, and we have a caller on the line. Rabbi Ellen, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We are fantastic. Thanks for calling in. What's on your mind?
I'm actually with Kobe, too. Kobe Fields, who's a student at Beachwood Elementary. And
good morning, Kobe.
Hello. Say thank you. Thank you. What are you thanking Mrs. Josberger for? For everything you do.
You are awesome, Kobe. You're welcome. I'm happy to do everything for you and your class and your school.
You do an amazing job. As a parent of a student in a special classroom, he is totally integrated into the school. Everyone, maybe it's because of Kobe, but everyone knows him and treats the children as equals, and you run the school fantastically. I love that I can call the office, and they know exactly who he is.
Oh, you're welcome. We're happy to have Kobe. I can't wait to see him sing next week.
Yes.
You know, my parents used to call the office, and everybody knew exactly who I was, too, but I don't know that was necessarily a good thing at the time.
No, maybe not. But I have to say, I think it's because of Mrs. Josberger's leadership and administration that the school runs so nicely and that the students are so polite.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much.
I appreciate your kind words.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So keep up the good work, and if he could stay there through middle school, maybe.
I'll keep him.
I don't want him to leave, and he's in 4th grade.
We still have one more year together.
Exactly.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much.
See you in a little while, Kobe.
All right.
Have a good day. He's getting ready for the bus now.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Look at that. Isn't it great when you can get testimonials when you're on the air of like of satisfied parents and students all together? That's strong. That's what it's all about, right?
That made my day. That was nice.
Oh, good. All right. Well, if you want, we have an opening again tomorrow, actually from 7:45 to 7:54. If you want to come on, we can maybe see if we can get another parent. No, not so much. All right, cool. We were talking about school lunches a little bit, and you were saying that there has been some growth in the overall in more fresh foods being offered through our lunch programs, right?
Yes, there's a lot of fresh fruit each day. And you know what? When we talk about it in the cafeteria, if we recognize that kids are eating it, it's amazing that they'll pick up the apple and take a bite and go, "Oh, it's so good!"
Right.
That positive recognition, I think, spreads through the cafeteria. Yeah, there's still a lot of junk food,
right.
And we're doing our best to just encourage everyone to make healthier choices.
Right, cool. So give me an example. What other great programs do we have at Beachwood Elementary that you're particularly proud of?
Well, I'm very proud of the musical that we just put on last Friday. The kids did High School Musical Junior. It was 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. I had a team of 9 teachers who volunteered their time for the last several months, meeting with kids before school and after school, even a few Saturdays, and they put on this amazing musical. We had a packed house. We need a bigger school and a bigger auditorium, but it was really very, very successful. We have a lot of the end of the year things coming up. We have the spelling bee on Wednesday.
Now let me ask you a question. I have a spelling bee question, and actually we're up against the break, okay? But I do have an important spelling bee question, right? And I want you to think about this because we're going to talk about this when we get back. Is there like a pre-spelling bee favorite? Like, do the teachers in the teachers' lounge talk about, this is the kid that we all keep I'm not looking for names. I just want to know if the teachers, like, if there may be some exchange of, I'm not saying that money would be exchanged because that's illegal. But I just want to know if there's like some kind of market in the back of who the odds-on favorite is to win the spelling bee. We are joined by Kelly Josberger, principal, Beachwood Elementary School, talking about all the great stuff happening in Beachwood. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, back after this.
Coming up next, the latest from WOBM News, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Live from the Bob Levy Broadcast Center, overlooking the Toms River. It's time to get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Be a part of the show. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. 734, Tuesday, May 17th, 54 degrees. Got up at 64 today. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. News Talk Radio, streaming live on the Radio Pop app and WOBMAM.com. 732-505-1160 to join the conversation. And we are joined now by Kelly Josberger, principal of Beachwood Elementary. We're talking about cool projects, cool things happening in the school. We've laughed, we've cried. It's been a great half hour so far. But I did ask you on the way out to the break, come on now, tell the truth. Like, there's somebody in the teacher's lounge, they're handicapping the spelling bee, right? Like, somebody's picking certain kids, right?
I don't know. I don't go in the teacher's lounge too often.
All right. Well, we'll move along. All right. Why don't you tell us what other cool activities are upcoming at Beachwood Elementary School?
We have our Fine Arts Festival, which is next week, and that's going to feature our band and our orchestra and the fine arts, art show, chorus. It's a great night. We'll have our Garden Appreciation Day, which we hope you come and join us. That's on June 3rd, and that's kind of our way of thanking everyone in the community for helping us get our garden going. And the kids will be singing that day and presenting, a little bit of show. We actually have a green fair this summer, too, out in the garden, and that's about halfway through the summer. The kids that are listening probably don't even know about this yet, but halfway through the summer, we're going to be inviting everyone back to see all the vegetables growing in the garden. Hopefully they can take some home and cook them up and eat them, and we have a couple little programs going on that day as well. And we have our field days and talent show and lots of things. Fifth grade luau. We have a lot of things going on at the end.
Luau.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Last day of school.
Yeah, so you'll be happy to know that I actually have Beachwood Elementary Garden Appreciation Day in my calendar from 9:30 to 11:30
thank you.
on June 3rd. I'm telling you, I have a thank you, Kelly Fliller and Tara Cunningham. We have a crack staff that makes sure that I am in the right places, although I don't know if that's the right place for anyone but me at that moment. So
we'll only keep you for an hour.
Oh,
you
good.
can change it 9:30 to 10:30.
Okay. Well, I won't do that because that gives me an hour back in my day that becomes bonus time, which
or
I'm all
stay
about.
and have some lunch in the cafeteria.
That's right. Could we do like a luau thing? That we can't. There's no impromptu luau's at Beachwood Elementary.
We'll see what we can do.
All right. Cool. All right. So now is the time. It's what you've been waiting for. It's what all the listeners have been waiting for. It's why they tune in. Quite frankly, it's the Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin Magic Wand. It's your opportunity to make an impact, make a difference, make a change, do something special in this world. So, Kelly Josberger, Principal, Beachwood Elementary School, we are handing you said magic wand, and you are doing what with it?
Ooh. Well, we instill good values. We hope to instill good judgment, and we make sure that, the kids are trying to treat each other kindly. I guess the one thing that I would want to protect them from are, the unpleasant things out there. So when they leave Beachwood Elementary School, that they hold on to the things that they learned at our school and make good choices in their lives. And the magic wand hopefully would keep them from, the more dangerous things that kids could get into.
Right. Okay. So and so that begs for us to talk about school starting times, and we're not going to do that either. See, I'm going to keep you away from all controversial topics this morning because that's just the kind of show we don't like to see. We talk controversial topics with school boards and superintendents, not with principals, because we understand you guys are just fighting the good fight and you are belly to belly with our students and our parents every day, just making sure they get the best education they can possibly get, right?
Yes, I appreciate that.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
No problem. We'll talk in the break, though, okay? All right, cool. Kelly Josberger, Principal, Beachwood Elementary School. So where and I don't ask this that much, but where can folks learn more? Is there like a school calendar or something that folks can learn, like what's going on at the school? Like if they just wanted to see, I'm not saying like for, like they're like for weird things, but if they just want to see some idea of the volume of activities that happen in a school like Beachwood Elementary every day, how could they go check that out?
Well, we have a variety of ways to check it out. You can go on our school, trschools.com, and then go to Beachwood Elementary. We have a school website. We also are on Facebook, so you can follow us on Facebook, Beachwood Elementary. And also our PTO has a Facebook page, and we have a beautiful website for our garden, the Bears Care Garden, bearscaregarden.com. And that's pretty impressive. It's run by a parent and keeps you up to date on what's going on there, too.
Is that so? Are you guys the Beachwood Bears?
We're the Beachwood Bears, and the kids voted on the name of the garden, which is the Bears Care Garden. And we have this whole Bears Care campaign to teach respect and making good choices.
Why do I have pictures of like colorful bears with little emojis on their belly like the old Care Bears that I used to play with? No, I mean that the girls used to play with when they were kids. I probably shared too much. Kelly Josberger, Principal, Beachwood Elementary School. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning.
Thank you for having me on the show.
And keep up the good work. And I cannot wait for June 3rd for our what are we calling
Garden
it?
Appreciation Day.
I just call it GAD for short. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. We'll be back right after this.